Go. We need the I'm rolling Q from Joey since Peter's a piece of shit and doesn't do it anymore. All right, I will name this podcast later. This is episode 19, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And I'm not. Look at that. I'm pretty good. We're right on the money. We got a full house today. We have a lot of people in the building, some more welcome than others. We have my good friend and pal Rory here. Say hello to people.
Hey, everybody.
We have Marty the Body.
Hello.
We need a better hello from you.
Because it's Marisa Mendez. It's not Monty the Body.
Okay, so we got Marty the Body in the building. We have friends of the show. Right?
Yeah, he's a friend of the show.
Yeah, he's been on the show.
We don't have many guests. So.
You know what's funny? Rob came here for our hip-hop discussion.
Sure did.
And some type of way, I felt it was appropriate to invite him back for this R&B discussion. Rob has started an R&B podcast. What is the name of the podcast?
Name of the podcast
Red Light Special?
Red Light Special with Kristen Coral and Rob Martin.
Did we inspire you at all after the podcast? I'm going to take some credit for it.
A little bit. You know what? I'll say this. I definitely had the idea to do an R&B podcast. I always wanted an R&B show, like a Quiet Storm late night show, but those don't exist anymore. Radio barely exists
Unfortunately,
anymore.
Yeah.
So a podcast was the next best thing. So I always had the idea, and after I was a guest on I'll name this podcast later, I was like, you know what?
Get it going.
I could do this.
Yeah.
I could do it.
Is it iTunes, SoundCloud? Where do we find it?
Yeah, we're on SoundCloud, Red Light Special. You could search it on SoundCloud and on iTunes as well. Hit that new and noteworthy page. That was a good look.
Now, my only issue with Rob and his podcast is that he's such a big fan of the Meek intro. I don't feel like anybody who thinks that's the best intro ever should lead an R&B podcast.
Wait, but did you see the R&B cover that I sent you of the girl singing?
Yes.
The Meek intro?
That was amazing. That was amazing. And we have you on your phone during the podcast?
I'm looking at the list.
Did I get it?
Oh, you got the list?
Yes, I do.
I emailed it out to everybody.
And
I did some producer work last night.
Oh,
copy and paste. Shout out to the copy and paste.
Can I introduce Deani, please? Can you guys bicker?
I sent it in the brief to them.
Can you guys bicker
email.
back and forth later? We have new friend to the show, Deani, here as well.
Hello.
Deani's making moves out there.
Deani just works. That's all Deani does.
Deani heard the Miguel album that I just heard yesterday, months ago.
No, I just went to a little listening event probably a few months ago. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, I've been anxiously awaiting the new Miguel album, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. I'm tired of streaming. Shout out to Miguel. What's it called again? Wildfire.
Wild Heart.
Wild Heart. That's June 30th?
Yep.
Oh, I can't wait till the link comes out for that one. I can't wait to fucking...
Can someone just rip the stream? It's been like 3 days.
I can't wait to not pay for that one first. But I will support Miguel because I fuck with Miguel. All right, so last week, as promised, I told you guys that we would attempt to get into this R&B bracket. Long overdue. We should have done this ages ago. I'm going to have Philly call in later. You guys will find out who that is whenever he calls if we get a good line going. But I compiled this list of albums, and I was unsure, so we could do a bracket, like a March Madness style bracket. And I was unsure of the seeding, what seeding would be appropriate for a few of the albums. I was unsure what year we should start at. I was unsure if we should do like a decade by decade. I was unsure if we should do like a legends bracket. Like I had a lot of questions and I didn't really have very many answers because the only person that I have in my life that I speak to about R&B is Imani and my father would just vote Kool and the Gang to beat everyone. So I didn't want to speak to him about it. And I wanted to make sure we were not forgetting anyone because I managed to come up with 64 albums. But I was missing quite a few. So and some people told me that 96 may be too many.
That's a lot of albums.
Yeah, but it must be done. There's a lot of amazing R&B albums out there. Do we want to talk about anything else before we get into this? Because this probably will take up
a majority of the time.
Yeah.
I think we should get right into it.
Damn, you don't want to talk about anything?
I want to talk about your foot. What the fuck happened?
Oh no, my foot's not important. I broke my foot. I was trying to be young, so now I'm in a cast and I'm on crutches for the next 3 months. So if you see a nigga hopping in the streets, holla at a real nigga. You know what I mean? So that's it for that. I saw somebody tweet me that they really wanted to hear us get in depth about the whole Charleston shooting shit, but I mean, I don't really want to talk about that.
We've never really gotten into depth.
I don't want to talk about that. Racism exists, and shocker. Like, that's my take there.
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting that apparently a sniper shot down the Confederate flag, and they called him a thug.
Really?
This country's crazy. But yeah, I don't really want to talk about that because then it's going to change the whole vibe in the room, and I want to keep it real R&B-ish here. So, yesterday on Twitter, and this is what worries me about doing these type of brackets. I'm going to assume everyone in this room is an R&B aficionado, such as myself. For those of you who don't know, I've very barely listened to rap music. Very, very rarely. I said barely. We're going to edit that out. I rarely listen to hip-hop. It's always R&B in my car, in my house. I'm 35 years old. I don't really have time for all of the shit you guys got going on.
Like the Meek Mill intro?
No, I have time for that.
See?
I have time for the Meek Mill intro. I don't know if I'm just, when you get in your car and drive to Dunkin' Donuts, I don't know if you want to just be that hype.
I always want to be hype.
And that's why you're like 17 years old. You'll grow out of that when puberty is done with you. But so I'm on Twitter yesterday, and I normally don't partake in Twitter debates. Like, Twitter to me is like an adverse universe where you just say the opposite of what is, and it's okay.
Hashtag Twitter logic.
Yeah, exactly. And this gentleman that I follow, who normally comes off pretty intelligent, he said, and I almost quote. Almost quote.
Paraphrasing.
Yeah, I'm doing that. He said, Usher's discography is trash.
Yeah.
He said JT's discography is much better, and Usher hasn't an album anywhere in the same class as Future Love Sexy Sounds. I don't know.
Future Love Sex Sound.
Yeah, exactly. That album.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you know what? Anyone who trashes Usher, I shouldn't have a music conversation with. And then he went on to fucking troll me, and I ended up having a music debate with this guy. And his beef was
50 extra followers.
Yeah, right.
Yep, he did what he came out to do.
And you just left flustered. So I think he won that.
His to his point, he said the Confessions album that everyone loves so much is all over the place. He says it's horribly sequenced, and everybody thought that story was real, and it wasn't, and the music wasn't so great.
It wasn't Usher's story.
It was Jermaine Dupri's story.
But look, Marty's learning stuff already. Marty is so amazed by like the smallest thing. Yo, that was Jermaine Dupri's
Now I'm going to
story?
Wikipedia it later and Google it all.
Because that's where we should get our facts from. But I say all that to say that doing these type of brackets where you vote on albums scares me because of today's audience.
Well, to backtrack, did you bring up 8701? Because that's sequenced perfectly.
I told you I didn't want to continue that conversation with this guy.
All right.
So I didn't. But it has to be done. So does Rob have the list?
I have the list.
Okay, where is my phone? Do I have a phone? I have a phone somewhere. Okay, a couple quick questions for all of you. What year should this R&B bracket start?
90.
90. I was just going to,
Because if you do 80s too, you have to think about Thriller. You have to think about
Great.
Prince. I mean, Purple Rain is on here. You want to start from the 80s, but you have to that's a lot of albums.
This list isn't edited, by the way.
That's a lot of albums.
this was just ideas put together.
I saw, and then you have to think of Michael Jackson, Bad. You have to,
Bad, I don't know.
I just don't think
that's
you could make an R&B bracket without Marvin Gaye on it.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me.
Here's my thing is, it's your guys' podcast, anchored by Joe Budden. Should be in Joe Budden's lifetime.
That's 80?
That's good.
Yeah, it's 80.
Nah, it's too much. Too much.
Makes sense.
It's too much. I'm a dinosaur to these kids. Like,
We're the same age, so.
what is our
well, we're dinosaurs then. Yeah. And honestly, if we did that, Thriller would win. Would it not?
Yes.
Well, what do we assume our demographic is? When we
Wait, when
base
did
it
Off
on
the Wall
that?
drop? 79 was Off the Wall, right?
Yeah, it's in the 70s.
Oh, okay. Technicality.
Thriller dropped it.
There is that
1982.
argument with Off the Wall and Thriller.
I enjoy Off the Wall better. I think Thriller is a great album.
I
The
enjoy
song
Bad better,
is
but-
horrible. Like, I can't listen to Thriller unless it's Halloween. It's like the Monster Mash.
Okay, but you will listen to Thriller at some
album.
point a million years later.
Yeah.
Yes.
So very, very valid. Thriller, I think, is hailed as the greatest R&B album of all time by the general public, I think.
I mean, Purple Rain, you have to go back and forth. I heard a lot of arguments about that. So I don't know.
I'm a Purple Rain guy myself.
Okay.
The argument I get with Purple Rain is it an R&B album? I don't
Or
know.
rock. I mean, what was it?
Alternative.
Alternative. I don't even think alternative existed when Purple Rain dropped. Like, you didn't have a box to put it in. It was kind of just, it was like disco and then everything that evolved after
Yeah.
disco.
That's really, I get that same argument with Mike's Bad album, that it's not an R&B album.
Yeah, I could understand that.
That's when he became the king of pop. That's when he officially, I feel like, became the king of pop, was when Bad.
Yeah, so
I'm old enough to remember.
it's not fair to
Christ.
it's not fair to include
So-
anybody who's
This might take
Alias
longer,
is the
but do
king
we
of
do
pop.
by decade?
Yes.
Do we do a bracket per decade? Or is that too much?
I don't think that's fair. Because I would like to see albums from this generation
Go
compared
against-
to some of the albums in the 90s.
Yeah. Well, we got to come up with something, guys.
Well, just to give the people an idea of our list here, as soon as I find it.
We should have polled last night or something.
You can might break it down male, female, groups. Male, female, and then groups. And
That's not fair either. You gotta have again. It's March Madness. Everybody's gotta fight everybody. Everybody's gotta play everybody. I'm more concerned with the seeding here. Okay, so for the listeners, let me just run down a quick 64. Well, we'll talk about some of the 64.
Nothing quick about this 64.
Yeah, we won't run them all down. I tried to go with a 2-album minimum because some people, i.e. Janet Jackson, I felt could have easily had more than 2 albums once I looked at her discography.
Mary J, too.
You mean minimum or maximum?
Mary
Mary could have a couple
album maximum.
albums on there.
Mary is another one who could easily have more than 2 albums
Definitely
on
three.
here.
3 in the possible.
Yeah. So we did. I tried to keep it at a 2-album max. With that said, for Usher, we went obviously with 8701 and Confessions. I don't think there would be any debate there. Nope. I got some resistance with my R. Kelly 12 play and TP2.com. Some people said that the Chocolate Factory
Yeah.
Yes.
should have been there. Is the Chocolate Factory
I like
better than either
Chocolate
of those
Factory
albums?
over 12 play.
12 play.
I'm honestly, here's
might
the
be an
thing.
age thing.
I'm not I don't even think it's an age thing. I never really liked R. Kelly like that.
Oh, okay.
And so, not because of, the whole situation with, him molesting children. I just thought that, okay, he was a great songwriter. I never really liked him like that. I just never really
But you don't
got
know
that.
why.
Never, yeah. Just the same thing with Jodeci, too. That's why, I like Boys to Men.
Wait a minute here.
I love Boys to Men. And
this is
because
heating
they're
up.
so commercial, people are like, oh, you like the commercial dudes. Yeah, I like this. I like this shit.
Baby.
I like this shit a
Sorry.
lot.
I'm sorry you cheated on me, baby.
Well, I'm big Boys to Men too.
Every Boys to Men.
Yeah, but if you had to choose between Boys to Men and Jodeci,
What
you'd pick Jodeci.
What year are you making me choose?
I'm
the whole
going.
thing.
Yeah, you have to all of their stuff.
I was a Boys to Men guy when Forever My Lady came out.
Wow, and they came out the same year. This was the debate that we had on the first episode of Red Light Special.
Jodeci versus Boys
Boys
to Men.
We had Mac
We had
Wiles
a lot
and we
of that.
debated.
Well, what was the outcome of that debate?
Jodeci. Boys to Men sold much more records. They had chart-topping hits, but Jodeci, you can see their DNA and their imprint, like they influenced a generation. When you look at guys like Party Next Door and The Weeknd, it's a lot more.
I don't see no
Jodeci-esque.
fucking Jodeci and Party Next Door in the weekend. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, more so than you see a Boys to Men. Like that Boys
Show-
to Men.
All right, I wasn't saying Boys to Men influenced anyone.
Right.
But I'm saying, where is Jodeci in Party Next Door and The Weeknd?
First of all, the auto-tune I mean, they were using that
Lot of
even
leather,
before
maybe leather.
Tupac. Yeah. And just the that kind of bad boy. It was like that rapper R&B vibe that exists now, where you can curse in a record and you could.
I'm not attributing auto-tune to Jodeci.
No, I'm not.
Number one.
More so, listen, I'm just telling you the outcome of the debate.
Yeah, but you might have been talking to idiots.
Nah,
See,
you're talking to
I'm up on my R&B, and I'm not talking about Mac Wild, because that's my guy.
Yeah, whatever.
No, he knows that's my guy.
He was the only other one in the room.
No, I'm talking about he was the only person you were
Yeah, it was
speaking to.
Mac Wiles, Kristen, my co-host, and then we called out to Twitter and had a lot of Twitter responses.
Well, that's who I'm talking about. The people that you called out to on Twitter. I'm not
Clean
sure how
up
much
aisle
R&B
seven.
there. No, I'm not rolling with. No, Mac is my guy. I'm not rolling with Jodeci in The Weeknd and Party Next Door. That sounds retarded to me. See, and this is what scares me about talking R&B with some people, because I'm sure that some people out there would agree with that shit. And I would want to hear a logical reason as to why. But we'll get off that. I'm off on a tangent here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now I lost my...
We were on the third one.
Wow, we got far.
All right. We are on the third one. Floetry, Floetic. Lauryn Hill, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. It's going to be tough to beat in any bracket.
Yep.
That's a 1 seed.
Definitely 1 seed.
Yeah.
I think we already have 2 1 seeds with Confessions and Miseducation.
I'm rolling. Whenever you guys hear an album that you think should be a 1 seed, please let me know.
All right. I guess I'll be productive.
We got Jill's and a 2 seed, and a 2 seed, and a 2 seed, and a 16 seed. So give me the 1s, the 2s, and the 16s.
Okay.
Jill Scott. Who is Jill Scott?
Good album.
D'Angelo Brown Sugar.
His best album.
Mary J. Blige, What's the 411, and My Life.
I think My Life is a 1 seed.
I was going to say 2.
I think My Life is a 1 seed. And I would put My Life over Miseducation of Lauryn Hill as a 1 seed.
Pardon me.
No.
I don't know about
If we had to choose.
Say it again.
between the
I'm
two.
sorry. What'd you say?
My Life over Miseducation as a 1 seed. If we
No,
had to
absolutely
choose.
not. I wouldn't say that.
If those ended up in the same bracket. I
won't-
think My Life is a definite 1 seed.
I won't discredit Rob's argument because My Life is an amazing album. But damn, Miseducation, man.
2 seed.
It's Lauryn, man.
It's Mary.
Maybe put that as a 2 seed.
So I heard more Mary. I didn't hear more of this Lauryn.
Listen, just because Mary didn't go crazy and stop.
Well, no. I mean,
Hold it against
no.
Lauryn.
Mary stuck with it.
No, well, my argument is Miseducation has X Factor, which in my opinion is a top 10 song ever.
You also can't compete with how complete that album is. There's literally not one. There's always some record on there on that entire genre. I think from rap to R&B to more of a funk, it's all on Miseducation.
Same thing with Mary.
No.
Same thing with Mary was an R&B album. Like that's when they really perfected that Ron G vibe, that hip hop beats.
I would say,
you know what I'm saying?
Not to interrupt. I would say that's the case more so with What's the 411 than My Life.
I think My Life was just perfect. It was like What's the 411 was the seed that was planted. I think My Life was the perfection of it, where they just smoothed that whole thing out.
I'll take
Like,
it. Do you guys?
I Love You with the Smith and Wesson remix, even though that wasn't on the album.
Yeah.
But just the beat, and even without Smith and Wesson, like that Isaac Hayes sample and how beautiful that sounds. I'm Going Down, the remake, My Life, when she just starts off, la di da da, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Listen, no argument from me, bro. I mean, nobody's going to say that my life, if not a 1 seed, I definitely think would be a 2 seed. Do you guys have a beef with those being the albums from Mary?
No.
No, I don't.
Share My World was dope, but I think if it's a 2 album limit, those
I
are
have no
clear
problem
and
with
far away the 2.
Here's my sleeper: Brandy, Full Moon, and Never Say Never.
And I wanted to add
Great
Brandy,
Moon.
the album self-entitled Brandy.
Yeah.
Am I crazy for that?
Yep.
No, you're not crazy for that. I think Full Moon is more mature and universal. I feel like a teenage girl listening to the first Brandy.
The first Brandy album's
Check this out.
phenomenal.
Let me save us.
It's a dope album.
Check this out. Let me save us some time here because
right.
we got a lot to talk about. That first Brandy album is not better than Full Moon or Never Say Never.
All right.
Justin Timberlake. Oh, now this was a interesting one. But what 2 albums do you guys think should be there? I have the 2020 Experience and Future Sex Love Sounds.
Yeah.
Nah, I would not. I wasn't a
Justified
big
is
fan of 2020.
hard.
I think
No.
Justified. I would put Justified over 2020 Experience.
I love
No,
2020
2020
Experience.
experience was like.
Justified is hard though.
Wait, which one are you counting? Both volumes as
No.
one work?
No, that other one
Justified.
didn't.
That's
That other one
the
never
second
happened.
one.
That didn't really
That was
happen.
all the
That
leftover
never
records.
really happened.
That second
Convenient amnesia.
Justin album, that never happened, and I never heard it. It never came out. Justified is hard though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Future. Well, there's no debate on Future Love Sounds.
No.
Of
It's
course not.
2020 Experience versus.
And I put that at a high seed. Definitely not a 2 or 3, but I think Future Sex Love Sounds is a
Oh, yeah,
high
it's up
seed.
there.
It could be a 3.
Yeah.
To the listeners out there, please feel free to. Can we get everyone's Twitter name here? Mine is Joe Budden, of course.
Rob Markman.
Scotty Beam.
Scotty Beam.
Scotty Beam, yes.
Marisa Mendez with 1 S.
This is Rory. Corey, what's your Twitter name?
Yeah, right. So for the listeners out there, feel free to tweet any one of us with your thoughts because this Justin one is pretty tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justified is an amazing album. But all 3 of these, I think the 2020 Experience, the only one that happened, I think that's a preference album.
Right. Which might mean why I had to go. You might have to check your bias at the door.
Mirrors, though, man.
Mirrors. Come on.
I don't think we hear stuff from that album anymore. Like, and that's not the total
That's
deciding
actually
factor.
true, though. It
but
didn't
kinda
have
feel like
a
it
very
came
long
and
replay
went.
value.
Like Justified was way more memorable from Cry Me a River. And
Yeah.
it was
Cry
just
Me a River
Senorita,
still goes
like I
on.
love
First
you.
of all, Cry Me a
Rock Your
River
Body.
went that way because of Britney Spears. Like, knock
Valid.
it off.
Absolutely.
Knock it
Yeah.
off.
Okay.
It's still a significant record on the album.
Put the record with the clips now.
Well, the listeners will let us know. Oh, Neo, In My Own Words, and Year of the Gentleman.
Absolutely.
Now, Rory, wasn't it you that thought Neo had another album that should have been mentioned?
No, I said Year the Gentleman is one of the most underrated R&B albums, and I think it should certainly be on it. That was my comment about Neo.
The second Neo album. What was the second Neo album? There was one in between those two.
The red? No. That's
No.
No, Nothing happened after Year the Gentleman.
That album never happened.
What year was You're the Gentleman?
Nah, that was 2010 maybe.
Okay.
No, maybe before
That
2009.
was before 2000.
Which one? Yeah. Which one was the
I'm fine with these 2 Neo albums. I think.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe it was 08.
Oh,
08, 09. You're right.
I'm fine with both of them as well. Donnell Jones, Where I Want to Be.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Carl Thomas, Emotional.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we have Miguel, Kaleidoscope Dream. Because I'm a Miguel guy, I would like to add his new album too.
Nah.
It's not even. We can't even.
I haven't.
You can't gauge that yet.
I can. I think it's an amazing
Heard it
album.
once.
No.
Well, that's your fault. All right, so we won't do that.
All I wanted was you wasn't no punk neither. I don't know if it deserves to be on the list, but all I wanted was you is a Mighty Fine album.
Mighty Fine.
I'm not rolling with a mighty
So
fine.
damn fine, though.
I'm not rolling with it. Anytime you got to say it's mighty fine. Too many adjectives. I'm not rolling with that one. Where we Up the Dream, A Love Hate.
Oh yes.
Absolutely.
It was amazing.
Now, Rihanna, I had more than one album here, but because I was trimming down to 64.
What was the other album?
I think
What do you
I
have?
think Rated R and Unapologetic are better than Good Girl Gone Bad.
No.
I think both are.
One of those 2 albums that he named are flawless. I get them too confused.
Then why?
Rated R was when Rihanna became her own.
But Rated R is the one
That was like
that's
that
alternative.
Jeezy record. Yeah, that shit was a weird. I didn't like that one.
My favorite Rihanna album is Talk That Talk.
Yeah, mine too.
Should Rihanna have another album here?
I think she deserves to. She's got a lot of good fucking bodies of work.
I think she has a lot of
should be
great
that-
singles. I don't know.
She should.
Yeah, that's
Should that
true.
be the
If-
album though? If she has one, Good
What?
Girl Gone Bad, that's her best album.
Breaking
Which one?
Dishes
What year was that?
is
That was
That's her
07?
first album.
No, yeah.
No,
it's
No.
not.
No,
it's
it
not.
wasn't.
Music of the Sun was her
yeah.
first
No, it's
album.
not.
The one when I thought she was Nina Sky.
So Good Girl Gone Bad wasn't that 07 with Umbrella?
Yeah, that's Umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was her. Might have been her third.
What single was on Good Girl Gone Bad?
Umbrella.
Umbrella.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're bugging. Umbrella. Push Up On Me, Don't Stop the Music, Breaking Dishes, Shut Up and Drive,
Breaking Dishes
Hate
was
That I Love You,
poppin'.
Say It,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sell Me Candy, Let Me Get That, Rehab,
Yep.
Good Girl Gone Bad, Disturbia, Take a Bow.
Disturbia.
Come on, bro.
Take
cool
a
with that.
bow was
I'm
my
cool with that.
Yes,
All right.
Come
I'm
on,
okay
bro.
with that.
Come on, come
Yes.
on,
Take
come
a
on.
bow
Breaking
was
Dishes
my
was amazing.
motherfucking jam.
But I do think that she should have another album.
She should.
I don't know which album that is.
Just because she's Rihanna?
No, because she has other good albums.
Okay.
Not just because she's Rihanna. I don't subscribe to that fan base.
You don't think Talk That Talk?
I think so, but I feel like I'm in the minority
Well,
on,
I'm
on
with
that.
you on it.
Like,
I think that was.
like audio porn.
Okay, let's see here. We are
Talk That Talk.
Yeah, we got a lot to go here. All right, Jodeci, Forever My Lady, Diary of a Madman. I don't think there's any argument with these two here. Okay, Beyonce, Dangerously in Love.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Amazing album.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Should there be
I
another
almost
one on
want to
there?
say
So-
I almost want to say that album should be a 2-seat.
Okay, why didn't she have another album though? Like,
Here Comes the Beehive.
no. I'm just trying to say.
How come
Wait,
not
wait.
every single album she ever put out is on
Which
there?
one? Which one?
Wait, Deani,
Yes, man.
just so the listeners can be clear, are you a part of the Beehive?
I'm not part of the Beehive, but I am a Beyonce listener. I listen to all her music. Yes.
She's a part of the Beehive.
I'm not part of the Beehive.
Okay. All right.
I'm
So listen.
definitely-
So you're credible here. What other album should be there?
4 to you wasn't
Four.
Four
I-
was not
I
a
think-
good album. To you
I
guys?
think it should be on there.
I want to roll with Deani on this.
Can somebody,
four.
can
Yeah.
somebody
Four.
give me the track list?
I got you right now.
to 4.
That's
Countdown.
yeah.
Had a bunch of those on there.
Party.
Four was phenomenal.
Oh, great. Amani's coming.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, wonderful,
good.
wonderful,
Yay.
wonderful. Even though I kind of know his opinion on a lot of this stuff because he helped me put this list together.
So yeah.
4 is 1+1. I Care. I Miss You. Best Thing I Never Had. Party. Rather Die Young.
Oh, yeah, never
Start
mind.
Over.
Best thing I
Love
never
on
had.
Top.
I've driven in my car
Countdown.
crying to that record, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 belongs on there.
It's a good album.
4 goes.
Okay.
Is 4 better than Dangerously
Yes.
in Love?
To me.
Fuck out of here.
To me.
Oh, you're
no.
fucking drinking the
Me.
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
How the fuck is 4 better than Dangerously in Love?
I like it. I like it a lot.
All right, that's an argument for another time.
I like
Yes.
the one that she had in 06 too. I like B-Day.
I think Dangerously in Love is a 2-seat.
You don't think B-Day?
B-Day was good.
Oh, come on, Marissa.
I thought that was a good one.
B-Day was good, but not better than 4
No,
or
it's not
Dangerous.
better.
All right,
Love.
we have Music Soul Child, I Just Want to Sing. I love that album,
I'm
by
okay
the
with
way.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brian McKnight. I love that album.
That was the one with
Never felt this
I
way.
Miss You. Do you ever think
One
of me?
Last Cry.
Last cry.
What's the other song though? I Miss You or what was the name of that song?
We'd have
Anytime.
I hate when
No.
they name albums
Anytime wasn't
after
on the Brian
themselves.
McKnight album.
No way, no way. Anytime was much later
Came
than
later.
Brian McKnight. We are at the Boomerang soundtrack now. Now, a couple of people said that we should not add soundtracks.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Phenomenal soundtrack, but
It's too.
Yo, PM Dawn, I Die Without You.
I feel like you can't have an R&B bracket without
Yo, Waiting
having,
to Exhale soundtrack.
without those two soundtracks.
It, to me,
Those
one
are
seed.
albums.
yeah.
Those are albums. Waiting to Excel and Boomerang, those are albums.
Yep.
And Purple Rain is an album, and that's a soundtrack.
See, the difference is I think Purple Rain though has a cohesion to it because it was by one
Person,
artist. As to this
That's
was
where
a
it's not very
collection of
fair.
songs like
Waiting to Excel the same cohesion. It was one
Yeah.
producer and
Yeah.
writer that wrote that album.
Babyface.
well, Babyface also wrote probably every R&B song that year.
Yeah, but it was he did every
And a
song.
lot of the stuff we're
he
talking
did
about
every
now.
song. He did every song.
I don't think you can really have a fair R&B bracket without adding Boomerang and Waiting to
I think
Excel.
for sake of getting down to 64, because I feel like we're way above 64.
Not on this list.
Oh no?
Not on this list here.
Okay.
This list should actually be, it should be 64. Or maybe this is when I was trying to do 96. I don't remember. Somebody would have to count it. So we have Boomerang and Waiting to Excel. The jury can be out on whether we are using soundtracks or not.
And I'm gonna put Waiting to Exhale on my seed, two
And if,
seed.
and if we're doing soundtracks, should we do 50 Shades?
I've never heard the 50 Shades soundtrack. So
I don't.
I've heard a few records
Earned
off of
It's
it.
been in my head all day, but that's all I got.
No. I don't think
The
so.
Beyonce.
I think
and
it's
the
too new. I think
Andre
that falls.
3000.
I think that falls under the
That
Miguel.
all right.
That's
So for
racist.
those of you who have not heard it, the entire thing front to back is an amazing. It's probably the best soundtrack to come out since these soundtracks that we're talking about.
I'm gonna go and listen to it as soon as we leave here.
Yeah,
off the strength of your work.
Yeah, you should. That fucking. There's a bunch of good shit on there. We are at 112.
Absolutely.
Now I thought there was another 112 album that could have went, but for the sake of keeping the list to a minimum,
Which one? The
was it Pain and Pleasure?
so that was like the fourth album. That was
What's that? Peaches and Cream?
That's
no.
I'm
Pain
not
and
sure
Pleasure
that
was before.
I'm not sure that that's the album.
Peaches
I'm
and
talking
Cream
about.
was on part 3. It had Peaches and Cream. It's over now. That song Anywhere, the song with Lil Zane.
Which one was Cupid on?
Cupid was on the first one, 112.
Yeah, that was on
Which was a
112.
great
Yeah.
album.
Which would be the only.
I think that's fine.
That's the only one.
Yeah, we
I
only
think
need
112
We only need
yeah, I think that's fine.
we only need one from 112. Faith Evans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where do you want to seed that?
I wouldn't see it.
Yeah, I think that's like a fifth
I
or
wouldn't see the
sixth,
very
but that's
at,
great.
at the top. Jagged Edge, J.E. Heartbreak. Bobby Brown, Don't Be Cruel.
Absolutely.
Don't be
Absolutely.
That might be a 2 seed.
Yeah.
I'm
Rock
rolling with
with
that
you,
one.
Tenderoni.
100%.
Thing about a Roni.
Very short album, but that one that makes it to my final 4.
Yeah. But
I think if I'm freestyling right now,
a lot of albums in that era was short. I mean, Off the Wall wasn't that long. Thriller was about 10 songs or so. Like, it was short and sweet.
Yeah.
that album this Bobby Brown album might have been fucking 8 joints.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is where Amani and I had a bit of a discrepancy. New Edition, Heartbreak. Now, Amani didn't think that is the album that should have been there from New Edition.
That was their best, unless, the stuff that they dropped in the 90s wasn't bad. But I think that's the best New Edition album. I don't know what else you put. Popcorn Love? Like, what else do you put on this?
Yeah, I didn't really understand where he was going, but they did have another album. The other album, what was that? Which album was Can You Stand the Rain on?
That was Any Heartbreak. That's this album right here, which is honestly might be my favorite song of all time. Can You Stand the Rain?
Wouldn't be angry at it. I wouldn't be.
Of
it's
all
up
time?
there.
Yeah, like
It's a classic.
Interesting.
Like, honestly.
My favorite song of all time is Getting That One the Fuck Out of Here, though.
So is mine.
All right, what's your favorite song of all time?
I don't have one.
Lil Wayne.
Ty Dolla $ign, Paranoid.
Well, since Rob threw himself
Actually,
out
it
there,
is Ty Dolla $ign for a young.
I don't want to unplug your mic.
Oh, it's a fucking bomb ass song.
All right, but I want to leave you plugged in here.
Okay.
So let's just chill out, all right?
Okay.
Since Rob threw himself out there, Deani, Rory, do you guys have a favorite song of all time?
Yeah. Donny Hathaway, For All We Know.
Are we saying favorite or greatest? My personal favorite?
No, it's your personal
Your
favorite.
favorite?
Oh, well, mine, y'all probably don't even know. Foreign Exchange Daykeeper has always been my favorite song.
I know Foreign Exchange.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know that song. Maybe if I
First
hear it.
record off Leave It All Behind, which would make this if we were doing Neo Soul.
Purple Rain is mine.
Cool.
That's well documented.
Can't go wrong.
All right, we are at
No one cares about.
Kelly Price,
Good song.
Soul of a Woman. Well,
You said you didn't have one.
You said Ty Dolla
I said
$ign.
Ty Dolla
so we
$ign
got-
for a young.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
and that's why we don't.
This is not a game, people. This is a good song.
We want to relax. All right, we're having a good podcast here, and we want to continue to have one. We are at Kelly Price, Soul of a Woman.
I've never heard this album
Right.
in its entirety. I'll be honest.
But
Yeah,
where are
I'm
you
gonna sit out
putting
on
this?
this
one. I'm
And
proud of
who
it.
are you putting this against? My question is,
We're not-
but my thing would be she would lose, like against.
No, Kelly Price was bad.
Well, you need a
Majority.
16 seed.
Yeah.
Okay.
16
Someone's got to
seed.
go in there at some point. Yeah.
I'm gonna go do
All
my
right,
homework.
I kind of don't want to listen to Rory and Marisa about this album.
I already said I was sitting out on this one. I haven't heard this in its entirety.
This album, and you haven't heard it.
And not the whole thing. I've heard the singles.
Me neither. That's why I was like, I just don't.
Okay, so it will be
But that's-
difficult to
that-
speak to you guys about it.
That's
but,
not a reason to not include it.
But when this album came out, it did rather well amidst heavy competition. People really enjoyed this album. You want to pull up the track list?
Yeah.
Well, that
I'm
doesn't
pulling it
matter
up.
because y'all never heard it.
Yeah, they never heard it, so the track list is.
I wish it came with a track list.
I'm pulling
Some
it
of
up.
you, some of you listeners out there that are familiar with this Kelly Price album, feel free to tweet Rob, Marisa, well, not Marisa, Rob, Rory, and Deani, and let them know your thoughts on this album. I think
Friend of mine was on it.
Yeah,
that was
I'm
a
not-
single.
I know that.
I'm not sure if you guys would like. I experienced it, so y'all listening to it today. I don't know how it's aged,
Right.
but when this album came out, it was revered. All right, so all right.
I'm ashamed. I'm not proud. Like when you hit me with this, I'm like, damn, I never heard this album.
All right, we can go. Where are we here?
We're at Chris Brown.
Chris
X.
Brown X. I felt like Chris Brown could have had another album here.
His first one.
Wait,
Yeah.
His first one had what, like Take You Down, Poppin'.
Oh my
Run
God.
It.
Yeah. Run
Yeah.
it.
I'm a huge
Your
Chris
Man
Brown
Ain't
fan.
Me. All that shit. Yeah.
So do we want to give Chris Brown a second album?
I think he should.
I think you got to put the first one on.
It's a
there.
pretty
First one is
significant
pretty
album.
Crazy. What year was X? That was the one that just came.
X was last year.
Yeah.
X had that shit on it, my nigga.
That Autumn Leaves.
No, that's not X.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Autumn
it is.
Leaves
Yeah,
is on
Autumn
it.
Leaves is
It's
on
on
it.
it.
Leaves.
Yeah.
Fine China.
New
Oh, X is
Flame,
the
right?
last
The
Yeah,
last
yeah.
one, yeah.
Yeah. Did you mean the one before that?
So why did we go with X?
Did you mean Fortune?
Because I wanted Fortune.
Yeah. Fortune was the one
I
too.
confused Fortune and Fame. Fortune
Yeah.
was the one. Which one had
In
Deuces?
2012,
Fame had Deuces.
2012 was Fortune. It had the record with Nas. It had.
All right, so wait a
Well,
minute.
I prefer X
She Ain't
over
You.
both those.
Yeah.
She Ain't You was though.
Wait. Was it
Fortune
Fame?
had,
She Ain't You
I
might
don't
have
know
been
if
Fame.
X
Don't
is
Wake
better
Me
than
Up.
Fortune.
Don't Wake Me Up
Deuces
was
was
my
Fame.
shit.
Fame. That
Fame had
wasn't a good
So
album.
which one had She
Fortune,
Ain't You?
Fortune had a lot of the, and we're kind of talking about an R&B bracket. I know it's splitting here, but Fortune was when he really went his like,
Yeah,
Yes. Because you had Turn Up the Music
and I
on
wasn't
there.
all the way. They were great songs, but I wasn't all the way into that as
And
an
X
album
is
Yeah.
much more of an
experience.
R&B.
You know what
album.
it is? I think the R&B songs from Fortune are much better
Yeah.
R&B songs than Fortune had Stuck on Stupid, 2012, I Will Never Go There. What's the shit? I love that fucking song.
Don't ever go.
I don't remember the fucking
Yeah,
name right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Oh, don't judge me.
Yeah.
Don't judge me. All right, so we'll get off that. So
She
we'll,
Ain't You. What was She Ain't You at?
That's what I'm trying to think.
leave X.
That was 2011, but I don't know if that's Fame or Fortune.
we'll leave X. Okay, day 26. Day 26.
It's a good album.
Exclusive.
I dare somebody in here say it.
No, the ballad version of Exclusive was my
Yo,
shit.
Yo.
First of all, Bad Boy,
Yo.
like R&B albums,
Yeah.
Puff don't
Shit's
put
been
out
hitting.
whack R&B albums, bro. Like that Day 26 album was severely slept on and underrated. I think because of
Yeah.
the MTV show and
Yeah,
everybody
because
expected
of
something
the
different.
corny
That's a
shit that
dope
surrounded
album.
it.
Yeah, I don't see day 26 being a first round exit. I don't care what the matchup is. Well, no, yes, I do.
Well, I hope people actually
I gotta
listen
see
to
what
it.
the
and they're not
scene
gonna just-
Joe, All That I Am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great album. Genuine, 100% genuine.
Yeah.
Great.
Agree.
Okay, now this is where Amani and I had a bit of a discrepancy again. Trey Songz, Ready. Now, Trey Songz has a few other albums that could go here. All right, you guys, how familiar are you guys with Trey Songz' catalog?
Trey Day is
Very-
my favorite.
What
Trey
year?
Songz
Which
album.
one? What was Ready? What was on that?
Ready was
Ready is
Say Black Roses. They
Amazing
put
from-
Successful
yeah.
on there. They put Neighbors Know My Name. which
Ready
a
is
dope-
amazing top to bottom.
That's what, and I think that has to be the distinction because as much as I like Trey Day, like I think Wonder Woman is such a dope
Yeah.
song, and
Trey Day is
We
my
Can't Be
favorite
Friends.
personal.
Here to
where
be
was
on
We
the
Can't Be
podcast.
Friends?
Sex for Yo Stereo.
But
Rub on Fly Together.
we got to talk about the album
Can't help but wait.
experience, like if it's the album bracket, and I think Ready is when he top to bottom just killed.
Ready is top to bottom.
That was his year for sure.
All right, so
I don't
we,
think
we'll,
E wants
we'll-
to jump in
so,
on this.
So we'll stay there.
Except LOL smiley face, that's stuck out like a sore thumb. I don't hate that,
That
song,
record
but
never-
That record was trash.
That record never happened.
Y'all don't like the song?
LOL
No,
smiley
No,
are you
Deani.
kidding me?
I didn't hate the song.
I hated the song.
I'm saying I hate the song.
I hated the idea
Killed
of the
the
song.
album. Like
Everything about it.
Definitely, it was a
It
bomb.
felt like
was-
some kid shit that you were trying to get that hit with.
And meanwhile, your ass was probably there texting while I was on. LOL smiley.
No, I
Okay,
wasn't. 'Cause it was
we are.
stupid.
Here's another sleeper of mine, Lloyd Street Love.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Amazing.
That was with you. You was on it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
Street Love was on it.
Razor had a song with the same sample at the
Southside
time.
was on what?
Oh,
Southside was the
yeah.
first album.
album.
Yeah, first album.
He got Razor the fuck up out
Yeah.
the paint. And then the Razor joint was hot too. They had the same sample. I wouldn't put it though, but the first Lloyd album was tight too. But I think Street Love.
Yeah,
is the
but
one.
Street Love is the one.
That was the one with
Little Wayne record.
Get It Shorty.
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That Usher's brother produced that. That was such a dope record.
Frank Ocean, Channel Orange.
Yes.
And we put
Seed
Nostalgia
one.
Ultra also?
No.
Or was
It's
that
a mixtape.
No.
Oh,
No.
that
I don't know
is
the
a
Yeah,
difference.
me and Joe
mixtape.
debated this before.
Wasn't it reissued though? As
Nah, he couldn't because the Eagles
they never
came
had that.
after.
Yeah,
It is a
yeah.
mixtape.
Damn, you used,
And
remember
if
you used
you
to
can
bump the
use
shit out of that when he
mixtapes,
had
then-
like 5,000 followers. You were so on.
Because I think
that
Nostalgia Ultra is better than Channel Orange.
shit. Yeah,
It
that
is.
shit was
And
crazy.
use mixtapes.
But if you can use
Trey
mixtapes, then
Songz.
I want
Then-
Move
Yeah.
Music 2 to be
Yeah.
up here.
Did you say Moon Music too?
Yeah, if we use mixtapes, I want Move Music 2 to be on this list. All right, we are going. Tony Braxton.
Yeah, Breathe
Yeah,
Again,
for sure.
7 Whole Days.
Babyface, Tender Love. Now, what year is Tender Love? Because if we're starting at 90,
I want to see 94.
I thought it was 92, somewhere around there. I'm not sure. 92, right? Okay, so that stays.
That's the one with When Will I See You Again? Or?
No. Was it? Rory, you're our fucking tracklist guy.
Yeah, I
My
need
bad.
to
I'll pull it up.
hear this.
So you can let us know. Sade, Love Deluxe.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Yes. And can that be? How many seeds? Like one seed do I
Yo,
get?
you got a lot of ones.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just saying how many. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm just-
4-1 seeds.
I'm sorry.
Only 4 1 seats.
All right. sorry.
But
That album would be high.
every other number gets 4 as well.
Okay.
And I haven't heard y'all mention very, very much about 2 seeds.
But that could be a 2-seed.
What?
Sade.
That Sade joint could be a 2-seed.
Yeah, I think
I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling. that ain't a top 10 album on this list to me.
It says not.
Not on this list.
Okay. Yeah.
Going.
TGT, Three Kings.
Yeah.
What's silence? The fuck is
it's a
wrong with
good
you
album.
people? It's not a good album. That's a great album.
It's not
Pull up the track list.
That's a great album, and it's 17 fucking songs, and they're all fucking dope. Now I get that you guys might not like the fucking fusion of these 3 niggas.
Tank, Genuine, Tyrese.
But-
Or was it Tyrese, Genuine, and Tank?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but if you
cover
have
with it,
never
word it.
heard this album and you call yourself a fan of R&B, you're doing yourself a huge injustice.
No, it's a dope album.
So you should listen to it. You'll definitely want to have a baby or call your ex or some shit. All right, Michael Jackson, Off the Wall Thriller. We're not doing Mike.
So Mike is
Look at
We're not doing Mike E. First of all, Mike would win. He's the king of pop. You didn't want to be a part of this conversation. And we're starting at the 90s. The 90s.
Oh, we decided that.
I thought we did.
I didn't know.
Nope.
I didn't know we decided that either.
Yeah, you did, but here we are.
Well,
That works.
whatever.
Whatever.
Oh, wait, but now I'm going to renege. Because
Yeah, because now like the
Janet
next story
Jackson
you're
is next. Janet Jackson,
Well, you could keep
Control, and
Rhythm
Rhythm
Nation.
Nation.
When did
We'll keep
because you
Rhythm
could
Nation.
also put Janet on there.
When did Rhythm Nation come out?
And Velvet Rope. Janet has
Janet
dope
has-
fucking albums.
yeah.
Rhythm Nation was 89.
It was 80s.
Yeah, it was
Definitely
that.
It was definitely the
an
That was the
80s.
first concert I ever been to in Nassau College. Well, the first concert I've been to was a Menudo concert, but I had to go because my
You so Spanish.
I don't know.
because my sister they couldn't find a babysitter. I was
Blame
like
it on your sister.
I was like 5 or 6.
I don't know if it's fair to get Janet out of here.
Janet was a dope album too. That was 93.
Yeah, so
Janet
Janet's
was
my suggestion to keep if we're going to do 90s.
and Janet was more of an R&B album. That's
was.
when she slowed everything down.
All right, so we can keep Janet. We get Marvin Gaye out of here if we're starting at 90. Boys to Men, Cooley, High Harmony. That album was great.
What about Boys to Men 2? What's
War-
the name of the album, right? The second one, I'll Make Love to You, was on the second album.
I remember that album. I had all Boys to Men albums. I love their Christmas album.
Yeah, it doesn't-
Chill.
Yeah, two
Yeah.
is like
Yeah,
What is on 2?
that's what I'm pulling up.
That was I'll Make Love to You. That was It's So Hard was the first one.
You can't have any.
On Bended
no.
Knee was
Oh,
not
on Bended Knee.
Yes.
On Bended Knee.
On
was
Bended
What
on
Knee.
about
two.
Water
Water
Runs
Runs
Dry?
Dry.
Yep.
Oh, wait,
Dry
okay,
on
okay.
there.
You was on
Okay,
there.
okay, okay.
Because
okay.
Cooley High was still like
2 is the
Two
one.
is the album.
was like
Cooley High is like the
75%
Motown Philly.
New
Two
Jack
is-
Swing still.
All right, 2 is the one. Erica Badu, Baduism.
Sure. Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Keisha Cole, The Way It Is.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Great fucking.
Monica, The Boy Is Mine.
Sure, why not?
Tamia. We're getting Stevie Wonder out of here if we start at 90.
Killing me.
Yeah, well.
take that album.
All right, we're heading toward the end.
Songs in the Key of Life for the listeners.
Maxwell, Urban Hang Suite.
Obvious.
Yes, but now was good too.
Oh,
but
I added that on. I
just-
thought you forgot that one. That's on here twice.
I think that's the one that Amani made me get rid of another Maxwell album.
Which one? Coco. What's the name joint?
The one with the joint. He made me get rid of the one with
Black
Submerge.
Black Summer?
With Submerge and fucking all the songs that I love.
You didn't. Iman says no, you didn't.
Yes, you did.
Punch him in. Punch in.
Punch it.
I said to get rid of the newest one and keep the old one. That's what I said to do. You kept the new one.
Urban Hang Sweet is not the
No.
one with Submerge.
Urban Hurts Hanks is his
No.
first album.
No,
That's
Black
his
Summer's
newest
Nice
album.
Dream is his newest, is his last
Summer's
album.
Nice
No,
Dream.
we don't want. No. I'm not.
So
talking-
okay, no, he said the newest. That's the newest.
I'm talking about the album with
Oh,
You Should Know
Cosmic.
These Things.
Oh, okay.
The album with
Maxwell could have
that was
two
the one
Maxwell
with
could have two
all the
albums.
shit.
You need Urban Hang Sweet.
Urban Hanks Sweet.
You
is
need
on
that.
all
But
of
Maxwell could have two albums.
You can have 2 albums on there.
Can you find me the name of the album with Submerge on it, please? And while Rory is doing that, John Legend Get Lifted,
100%.
In Vogue Funky Divas,
Embryo.
Embryo.
Yep.
That's the fucking album. That album is
one's
really good.
crazy.
Both of those guys.
And it has Matrimony on there. It's just really good.
There's joints on
yeah,
there.
no, it's a really good album.
Yeah, I'm rolling with putting that back on. Okay, here. All right, Deani, here we go. Destiny's Child, The Writings on the Wall.
Good album.
Yeah,
That's
good
not the one I
album.
would put though.
Oh, y'all serious?
I think the Destiny's Fulfilled album was a better
Wait,
album.
which one was that one?
Experience. That was the one with Cater to You.
Oh, no, I mean,
Lose My Breath, the one where they did the fucking Sex and the City remake for the video.
Yeah.
I think
it's better
Soldier
Writing
was
on the
on
Wall.
that.
yeah,
Soldier was on that
record,
one.
but I just feel like they were already like on their way. Like, fuck this shit.
The Writings on the Wall.
just felt
is what-
cohesive.
That's the one that did it. For
It just,
them.
no, it did. But if we're talking about albums and albums, that just felt like a collection of. That felt like now that's
Yeah.
what I call music because it was just hit
Oh,
after hit.
don't
after
cut him,
hit.
Deani. Don't
No,
cut him.
no, because I'm just looking. I have to look at like track listings sometimes because
Alright, so
I
go
have to
ahead.
forget. So, but Bugaboo, Bills.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Like, they
hits.
still go.
Hits.
Jumping,
Yeah.
jumping,
like,
say
they
my name.
created,
All
like-
of the
Jumping-
songs on
created-
here.
And can you guys not talk over each other?
All of the songs on here did really, really
Right.
well.
Yeah.
But my argument is, in their hit, that's why I say it sounds like now, that's what I call music. It's just hit after hit after hit. It's not particularly a great album experience for me.
Like,
Something like,
cohesively.
I'd have to be in the mood to hear it, or I might put one of those on a
You
playlist.
you
Destiny's
can't-
Fulfilled was the one that I would listen to beginning to end, and
You
it
can't
felt like
indict
an
someone
experience.
for their success.
No, I'm not saying I'm not saying success. What was
I
the
get
ballad
it.
on that? Like there was no like jumping, Bugaboo. Like they were all like Rodney Jerkins.
read me that whole track list, Deani.
Hold on 1 second.
Because there was a ballad on there.
I'm sure it's like track 12. Like
I don't care when it
the one
comes.
that you remember.
So Good, Bills.
So Good.
Confessions, Bugaboo, Temptation.
Temptation. Okay, Temptation was dope.
Taking Me
Okay.
Over.
Yeah.
Yeah, get Rob out of here, man.
I'm just saying, for me, it's Destiny's Fulfilled. But
I mean, it was a good album.
We have Anthony Hamilton Coming From Where I'm From.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Black Street Another Level.
Yeah.
Cisco Unleashed the Dragon.
Yeah.
That might be a 4 seed. That's pretty high up there. Alicia Keys, The Diary of Alicia Keys.
Yes.
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 I forgot to put Aaliyah 1 in a Million.
No, it's up. It's
Well,
coming.
yeah, I
It's
added
the
on
list.
in
things
there.
that you may have missed.
Oh, it's not on mine.
Yeah, you don't have to
Aaliyah,
update.
and Aaliyah 1 in a Million.
Is TLC Crazy Sexy Cool
Yes.
an R&B
Yes.
album?
That should be there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
should be there. Is someone making these edits?
Yeah, I am.
Well, he could always.
Oh, I
look back
have
and
one
make
that's
it.
not on here. Okay, but we'll get to that.
Let's hear it. Dwelle.
Now, A. Marie's first
you got a
album.
lot of jokes about Dwelle.
Whose first album?
A. Marie's first album.
Oh,
I feel like should be on
What
there.
was on that album?
it's that
No?
was that was
Why can't we fall
Also,
in love?
Is Adele
Talking to
21
me.
supposed to be up there?
Wait,
was 03,
wait,
right?
let's slow down and listen to Rob's argument. What's on the A. Marie album outside of why
Can't we fall in love?
No shit.
Talking to me was the other single that's on there.
we know. We know.
I'm saying. Let me.
What else? What else though?
Oh Jesus Christ! Hold on. I'm not saying it was an album full of singles. I'm saying it was a dope album top to bottom.
All right, just give me another song from that album,
I'm looking it up. I'm jogging my memory.
and we'll wait for you.
Please. All that I had was the name of the album.
Okay,
And
there we go. Did you just pass the track list?
there we go. When We Fall in Love, Talking to Me, Nothing Like Loving You, I Just Died, I don't know. She had a dope album. I really enjoyed it. Listen, it's no writing. There's no bugaboo on the album, but again, I'm listening for an album experience, something that I could play track 1 through the last track, and A. Marie did it for me.
I don't think that A. Marie album should be on the list.
Did we say D'Angelo Voodoo? I think we just said Brown Sugar.
We only said Brown Sugar.
And he's allowed to have 2
He's
albums,
allowed to
right?
have 2.
Because those are the only 2.
Well,
Hey, this last one.
I know a
wasn't
lot
bad.
of people like that Voodoo album. I'm not one of those people.
Why?
I don't know if they purposely mixed that album that way. It's not listenable for me. His vocals are low on most of the tracks. Like it's not the D'Angelo that.
From Brown Sugar.
Yeah. And I don't expect him to be.
Yeah.
I don't really expect him to be.
It was a huge departure though from what he was doing on the first one and then the second.
And I heard they rushed the album to keep up with all the stuff that was going on in the universe. Like, it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And I get that a lot of people have that, nostalgic. It's D'Angelo.
Yeah.
I have to like it. I didn't really fuck with it.
Untitled, Devil's Pie, Send It On, The Root.
I don't think that
Feel Like Making Love.
I don't
It's a
think
good album.
D'Angelo had another album there that's worth this conversation because there's so many other albums to put. Me and Amani had our debate because I thought that Jhené Aiko's album should be there. Amani
Which one?
did-
This new one that
Failing
just came out?
Souls. Over.
Yeah.
I thought it should be there.
I
like it. I don't know if it.
mean,
Hold on. Before
very
that,
well
though,
written.
I think Raphael Sadiq needs to be on here. I think
Definitely.
Instant Vintage should be on here. I think
I think
the
there's a
Lucy
mi-
Pearl album should
I think
be on
that I agree with that.
Yes.
I think that
Yes.
I think there's a mint condition album that I would put.
here. Wait, you send me swinging? Or which one?
I think it's that one.
And also Kevon Edmonds. Everybody forgets about Babyface's brother,
brother.
and I understand, but he had a very good album, and it was called 24/7. It was really good.
He had a song that I liked.
24/7, probably the only song.
Is Adele 21 not supposed to be on here? Adele 21?
Oh, Adele is. Yes, I thought.
R&B album?
I wouldn't call it R&B.
Yeah.
What would it be called?
Yeah.
I'm not calling them.
Like
I'm not calling that R&B.
It'd be called
You sure?
Pop.
Pop and B.
Wait, but hold
But
on.
there's a lot of kind of pop and B albums on here.
So can we put that you add Lucy Pearl to the mix
Yeah, I know that.
and Instant Vintage? Can we? Raphael
yeah.
Sadiq?
I'm with it.
Tevin Campbell, I'm ready.
Definitely. What do you? Oh wait, whoa.
No, I already had the track list up to make my case.
Listen,
Hold on.
No, the sound wasn't about the album. The sound was like, damn, because Tevin Campbell was supposed to be the one. It was about Tevin Campbell, the career, not the album.
Okay.
It
I was about to
wasn't.
say,
Still a good album.
You can't run an R&B
nah.
podcast
No.
and shit
No.
on I'm ready.
No.
That album right
I'm ready.
there.
Was what? Can we talk?
You know what the fuck was
Can we talk?
I'm
Don't say
ready.
goodbye, girl. I'm
Was
ready.
Break It
Always in my
Down?
heart.
Well, Break It Down was the next one. Remember you used to go.
Nah, Break It Down wasn't on there.
I'm gonna do you after school like some homework. Was the line?
No, shh. Oh, you
That
talking
was
about
Break It
shh.
Down. Break It Down, right?
That wasn't on that album.
I think that was the next album.
Ain't no
Yeah, it
matter
wasn't on
because
that.
Prince took it from him anyway.
Then it went down. It went downhill from there. After that, it was.
One of my sleepers was Ryan Leslie.
Oh, great album.
Gibberish.
That has to
That was the one
go.
with gibberish on
Yeah.
it.
That came out Valentine's Day,
Irene,
2008.
Oh, that album's phenomenal.
That was
Diamond
amazing.
Girl.
Yeah, that album's phenomenal.
That should be there.
Okay, The Love Below is on this list.
So this was a debate, and Joe actually beat me in the debate, and I will take his side now. You cannot buy The Love Below as The Love Below.
Because it's packaged with
So-
speaker box or whatever.
I can't on iTunes if I just want
Hey,
these tracks.
Exactly.
Exactly. But
Nah.
it is still a
it's a
separate album.
Great album.
Nah, it's an Outkast album.
You can't buy that album.
Yeah, but
When you buy that album, you get speaker box.
Are soundtracks included?
I don't think we should. So right now we
Yeah.
are.
Because wait until it's held.
Do you
That's
guys
up
do you guys want to include soundtracks?
Just Waiting to Exhale is fine with me.
No, Boomerang
Can't
would have
just
to
do-
be there as well.
Yeah.
Come on, make a decision, you fuckers.
I'm cool with it.
I mean,
I vote no.
is it going to add way too much more?
I
to
vote
the
no.
mix?
You
I vote no. Just because, again, if you're talking about like albums and the cohesion, I mean, the soundtracks are cool, but then they always throw that weird, especially Boomerang. I feel like it's that one weird New Jack Swing shit that just fucks
what
up.
was that project with that Quincy Jones put out with Secret Garden and all of that stuff on it?
Oh, that would have to be there. That would have to be there. That was called Back on the Block.
Oh, okay.
Quincy Jones Back on the Block.
That was an amazing project.
That album is crazy. Joe, All
Joe.
That I Am, yeah.
What about Tidra Moses? Any Tidra Moses fit? Complex Simplicity?
I'm a novice.
Tidra Moses has some shit.
We're not at the end, right? Or we went through it all
we're at the
now?
end.
We went
There's
through the
additions
entire
now.
list.
Huh?
We're doing additions.
This is gonna need
Wait,
another
we didn't have
podcast.
Keisha Cole on there?
Because we got to sort
Keisha
through
Cole
all
made it.
this.
we said Keisha Cole.
Oh, okay. The first album, right?
Is there anyone that we are forgetting? I'm really angry at myself that TLC we forgot. But
Nah,
we
Crazy
said
Sexy Cool
it.
was on there.
No, that
No,
was
no.
my list.
His list.
Oh, okay.
Joe didn't
I
get the
don't have the
updated
same
list.
version that you guys have.
Corny, but B2K Pandemonium was kind of.
I do think that album should be there. By the way,
Yeah,
I do.
What was on that album?
I agree.
That wasn't Gots to
That
Be.
was got to be right.
Gots to Be.
Got
such
to
a
be.
dope
That was
song.
the first album.
That was the first album.
Yeah.
Well, before y'all kill
everything.
me, I might need to look at the track list. Mariah Carey, Butterfly. Is that up there?
I think Visions of Love should go. I don't know what's on Butterfly. You have to give me the track list.
Yeah.
But Visions of
Shit,
Love was
even
an
that
amazing album.
Emancipation of Mimi album too wasn't no.
That shit was, that went.
Wasn't no pump.
Listen, I'm cool.
I don't know. I
with-
feel like Vision of Love.
I'm cool with Nick,
I don't know
man.
if it aged well.
I don't know if Nick wants me to put any Mariah on this thing.
You've been itching for that
She-
second Wildin' Out appearance.
She's running around town with this billionaire ass nigga. I hate when women do that.
The nerve.
Yeah. It's happened to me a few times.
What a perfect subject for an R&B podcast.
What are we going with Mariah here?
I just pulled up Butterfly. Hold on.
Honey.
Butterfly was Honey?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's joints on there.
My All, The Roof, Breakdown, Close
Butterfly.
My Eyes.
Here's the thing with the Mariah albums that confuse me sometimes. And I got to go back and revisit it. A lot of what you hear and remember wasn't on the album because they remixed
She
the
does
hell
that-
out of
oh,
those
she
songs.
always does
You know
that
what I'm saying?
shit.
So
Yes.
like, and a lot of times the album wasn't what you really wanted. I got to go back to Butterfly.
Not on Visions of Love. There's no Love
Yeah.
Takes Time remix.
Did we forget Total?
What about Maya?
Total's on your list. I see
Yeah,
Total
yeah, yeah.
here.
Total has to be there.
I have Total, the self-named album.
The
Maya's
Dream, Love versus Money also.
Yeah.
Though I think which I don't know if we count it. I mean, eventually he re-released it, but the 1977 album, the one where he broke up with Christina
I
Milian.
love that album.
That's
Stop
not an
fucking with me,
album.
woman. But
That was like
it's
a-
on that. Like it's
Five
on iTunes
fucking
now.
songs.
Yeah.
It was 10 songs.
But
Wait,
it was like
huh?
released
I-
for free first.
I also
wasn't it?
produced the Long Gone video, so let's throw that in there. That's why we should put it on.
10 songs is on there?
Nah,
It was definitely
It
a full
was not
project.
10 songs on there.
Maybe the re-release.
Oh, I don't have the re-release.
Okay, when it originally dropped, he had about 10 songs on there. It was a full project. It was short, but it was full. It wasn't. an
I'm not
EP.
rolling.
Wait, so what? No Maya?
Which one?
Like,
Fear of Flying.
yeah, I was thinking the first one.
Put Best of Me. Just put the song on there and call it a day.
The first.
Monica and Miss
Fear
Thing.
of-
Monica and Miss Thing.
Yeah, that was the first one, right? So that was
Don't Take It
Before I Let You Out of My
Personal.
Life. Don't Take It Personal.
Let's straighten it out before you walk out of my life. Why do
Y'all-
I love you
y'all-
so much.
Y'all are looking for the second album to add from artists, and I'm still trying to make sure we haven't forgotten anything.
We have another Monica
significant.
one?
Oh yeah, I missed Raphael Sadiq.
Monica's up there.
That hurt me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Monica's up there. I just want to make sure we're not forgetting anyone significant. Ooh, Kim.
His last album.
Damn, Kim Say. Kim Say. It's an amazing song for you R&B people that have not heard that particular record. K-E-M
Kim was dope.
Say.
Avant.
Gotta have
Avant.
Avant. Yeah, no, gotta have an Avant. Which Avant album? I didn't like his first album. I didn't like his first album. He gassed me off the fucking every time I see you, I'm in a vampire. I love that song, the R. Kelly knockoff song. And then
What was the one with Don't Say No, Just Say Yes? I feel like that was
that's the
second
album
I think that's the one.
that it should be.
It might have been called Avant. I think his first album was called something else, and I think
His first album was My Thoughts.
And we don't have a Tyrese album up here. And we don't have a Tank album up here. I know y'all hated TGT for whatever reason.
That Tank album, that first Tank album was
I named TGT Three Kings, and everybody in this room looked at me like I was a fucking animal out of Jurassic World or some shit.
Good movie, by the way.
I understand. I'm talking R&B with these people. I don't even fucking get it. But it's fine. Tyrese needs an album up there.
Bilal.
But I think people do. I think Bilal has one. I've never been the biggest Bilal guy.
Okay.
But I do think that, we never decided, should this list be, with all of these albums that are being named, it's impossible to do 64.
What are we at? No, we don't know.
96.
No, this is gonna need another podcast.
No,
we
doesn't.
gotta organize all this.
No,
Well,
we
then you
don't.
put, like,
No, they don't
online
need to see.
voting and
We can do that on our own. Philly is going to organize this shit with the seating and all of that, and then it'll be presented to be voted on.
Oh God. Well, no, that's the 80s.
last one.
You can't, that was the 80s. Yeah, that was the 80s. What about, Guy was the 80s too.
That was the 80s.
True. Oh, where are we at?
I'll Be Sure was in the 80s.
Yeah. Oh, that's 80s.
Troop. You said Troop.
Yeah, I said true. I was saying.
Oh, what about,
80s.
damn, I don't know about this.
Well, the comment section might say some things that we forgot. Twitter might tell us some things we forgot.
That I was saying that in the 90s. Come home,
That album was
finally
kinda
home
good.
home again.
That album was pretty good.
Any Heartbreak was in the 80s, and we added that, so we got to take that off. Any Heartbreak was like 88 or 89, I feel like. So that might have to come off.
Let's get a fact check on that one. Hey, Joey, where we at with the time on this? Really?
Yeah.
An hour? I feel like we're just getting started.
Yeah, first of all, when Roy hit me, I was like, this is a tall fucking order.
Yeah. I knew this was
I
gonna take
thought I
a
was
while.
going to see a bracket, and he just sent me a
Yeah,
list.
that was-
I was like,
Well, no. The bracket that'll be put together, and that will be. I'll send it to all of you, and I'm going to put that out so the voting can commence. But I needed help making sure there wasn't anything missing. I'd at least like to get what are our 1 seeds, what are our 2 seeds, and what are our 16 seeds. I think once we establish those things, I think we'll be in a good place.
okay. Any Heartbreak was 88, so that has to come off.
That has come off.
So we'll get Any Heartbreak out of here. Okay.
So are we gonna go over 1 seeds?
I think My Life is a 1 seed, man.
What we did say as 1 seed or suggested was Confessions, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. My Life was a debate on 1 or 2. And that's as far as we got for 1 seeds.
So we don't even have 4 1 seeds because we also got Michael Jackson out of the paint.
TP2 has to be.
Well, what's the quintessential?
I don't know
Is it TP2? Is it 12 play? Is it Chocolate Factory was on the list too? I think it's TP2.
Is it 12?
I added Chocolate Factory. Joe didn't have that
I think it's
originally on there.
TP2.
Hit it hard from the back. Best R&B intro of all time.
If I'm rolling with just the albums that we named on this list, then I'm going fucking Dangerously in Love should be a 1 seed.
Over My Life?
No.
No.
Over
On there,
TP2?
too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Give me the track list for Dangerously in Love.
That was Dangerous in Love was the song on there. Crazy in Love.
We know.
He was really in
I
love
just want to
there.
hear it top to bottom.
Okay.
Maybe I'm incorrect.
Crazy in Love, Naughty Girl, Baby Boy, Hip Hop Star, Be With You, Me, Myself, and I, Yes, Signs, Speechless.
Yes, was crazy.
That's How You Like It, The Closer I Get to You, Dangerously in Love 2, Beyonce Interlude, Gift from a Virgo, Work It Out, Daddy. I don't know if that's a 1
I'm
seed.
wrong.
I don't know if that's a 1 seed.
I'm wrong, but I don't think TP2 should be a 1 seed over 12 play.
Your Body's Calling, Bump and Grind. Okay, Homie Lover Friend.
This is 12 play, right?
Yeah, it seems like you're ready.
Yeah, that's 12 play.
That's 12 play.
That's a 1 seed.
Summer Bunnies for You, Sadie, Back in the Hood, 12 play, Sex Me.
Shit, that TP2 also. TP2.com was the
That was such a random.
official name.
I'm just looking over the list to make sure here. Let's see.
We got to take Bobby Brown off too. Don't be cruel.
That's 12.
Something come.
Yeah, that's 88.
Niggas is lucky.
That was the wild shit about New Editions. They made their best album without Bobby Brown.
Niggas is lucky, boy.
That's how ill that group was.
So are we rolling with? Something doesn't sit right about this to me with 12 play being a 1 seed.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you.
But I'm looking on the list.
TP2 is Strip For You, R&B Thug, I Don't Mean It, Just Like That, Fiesta,
Feeling on your body.
Don't You Say No Tonight, One Wish, A Woman's Threat.
That's a
I
1 seed.
Decided. That's a 1 seed.
That's a 1 seed.
That's a 1 seed.
But just remember, the Fiesta on the album was not the
Right,
Fiesta that
it
you
wasn't
remember.
the same one. But
Yeah.
this is
It's
nice.
still dope.
Feeling on Your Booty, All I Really Want. I Wish the remix
I
was
Wish
on it.
and the remix, yeah.
And that's a 19 song.
Wait, so what are our 1 seeds? Miseducation,
So far,
Confessions,
TP2.
My Life. Are we rolling with My Life as a 1 seed?
Yes.
Yes.
You would have to on this list.
Yes.
I think Wayne Takes Hell soundtrack is better than that.
Oh.
I'm not rolling.
Better than My Life?
I'm not rolling with that.
So we adding that because we have 3: Confessions, My Life, Miseducation.
So if it comes down to TP2 and Future Sex Love Sounds,
Oh,
TP2.
I'm just playing devil's advocate, trying to look at some of the other albums on the list. Yeah, I don't see Forever My Lady. I don't see it. Yeah. Yeah, it's TP2. All right.
.com.
What are
Bitch.
our 2 seeds? Silence in the
Confession,
Yeah.
right? No, I'm looking.
All right, so I guess it's my job to just talk
We
while
took,
people are
Brandy-
looking
Brandy
at the
Full Moon
list.
on here?
Of course, Brandy Full Moon is on here.
that could be a 2.
Wait, I think Dangerously Love is automatic. Might be a
Yeah,
2 seed.
yeah.
Dangerously in Love is a 2 seed.
Baduism is a 2 seed.
Is the Sade joint a 2?
I don't. Is Baduism better than that Jill Scott album?
Yes, Baduism.
Yeah.
Yes.
I gotta ask.
No, I'm just saying. Sorry, Joe. I'm just.
No, the nigga Monty behind you making faces. Yeah, nigga. Hell yeah. All right, dog.
Wait, why is Alore's first album on my list?
Whose?
Allure. Did you put that?
Oh, that was a suggestion
Okay,
for like a
okay,
16 seed. Is Brown Sugar a 2 seed?
Yes.
No.
Wait, is Maxwell's Urban Hank Suite
Yes.
a 2 seed?
Yes.
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 And
can
this
agree
is
with
where
that.
we getting tricky. Don't get y'all 2s confused with 3s, because the discrepancy is slim. I'm sure.
I'll put Maxwell. I mean, my humble opinion, Maxwell, 2 seed.
That should probably be a 2 seed. But so y'all got Maxwell, Baduism, Dangerously in Love.
I think Miguel could slide into
Kaleidoscope?
Dream.
Nah, that's where
2
arguments
seed?
start. That's where arguments start.
Whether we agree with it or not.
Because I agree, but that's where arguments start.
8701?
Nah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, no. You know what? 3 seed.
That's a 3?
I could do 3 seed.
8701 is a 3? Then what's the other 2?
Is Janet Velvet Rope on here?
No, Janet is on here. Velvet Rope. That was the one that with the Joni
What's on
Mitchell joint.
Janet?
Janet was a
It doesn't matter what your
Again.
friends tell. Is it that song on there? I forget.
yeah again.
I just need to hear from top to bottom. Janet was a tight album.
It was.
Oh,
That's the Way Love Go, I think, was on there.
That's
That's the Way Love Go was on there.
If I was
I'll
your
pull it up right
girl,
now.
all that shit.
Oh, I might roll with that as a 2 seed.
Oh, Janet has so many fucking records on here.
Like that was the one.
That's the Way Love Go. You Want This, If, Throb, What I'll Do, Because of Love, Again, Anytime, Any Place.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 seed.
And that was a true
What are
R&B
the
album.
1 seeds again?
Miseducation, My Life, Confessions, TB2.
Okay. I can make an argument, but I won't.
Make the argument.
I won't, because I don't think that Janet album's better than any of those 4, but shit.
If
There was a 5th one.
Right.
All right, so Baduism, 8701, y'all said?
No.
No.
We have Dangerously in Love, Maxwell, Baduism, Janet.
Okay, is Future Sex Love Sounds a 3 seed?
I think so.
Yeah.
Sure.
I have to hear the rest of everybody's 3 seeds.
Yeah, sure. I'm not a big
I would have
Timberlake
to hear
fan,
some of
but
the other stuff.
You're saying R&B. That's more. It's
Is 8701 a 3 seed?
I wasn't a big like 8701 had great songs as an album.
That's my favorite Usher album.
Me too.
8701 is a lot of people's
Confessions.
How
favorite.
Do I
Confessions.
Say is on there. It's a good song.
a lot of songs on there that you can remove that would make
I wouldn't make it a 3 seed.
Like twerk it out.
Oh, y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy.
U-turn.
U-turn, but U-turn. That's on that album.
Yes.
First official single.
Yes.
Because I know, but they swept it under the rug.
Yes.
So I didn't know if they
Rightfully
still
so.
used it.
Yeah, it was on the album.
Y'all get twerk it out here. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Just say it.
Man, where's the hold up. Where's the chord? Some things I won't allow. Some things I just will not allow here. Nah.
I just don't think it's a 3 seed. I'm not saying it was a bad album. I just don't know.
I just
Ghetto
think
can go for me.
I just think you might be thinking about a different twerk it out. How do you shit on twerk it out?
We might have to edit this out anyways.
Check this here.
Y'all don't like this song?
The fact that this is on it though is cool, but it ain't the best Usher album.
You're gonna have to edit it out even for a sample.
Anyway.
Yeah, our Mobb Deep intro was a sample. It
Anyway,
made us-
listen, we don't have to
That's
talk
why I
about
didn't
that.
hook up my laptop.
All
to
right, so
anything.
where are we at on 3 seeds?
We're only at Future Sex Love Sounds. That was agreed.
Wait,
Oh, actually, I don't even think that was.
I think
agreed.
Boyz II Men 2.
Boyz II Men 2 definitely got to be a 3 seed.
Yeah.
that could be a 3.
I agree.
I thought we were doing something with Justified. No,
We talked about it.
Also-
I still think we got to get 2020 experience.
I thought you
Fuck
guys
up outta
said
here.
that Justified was over Future Sex Love Sounds.
Nah, Future Love
No, I don't
Sounds.
think
okay,
any-
I thought
I don't
that
think any
It was
would say that.
Justified and
Okay.
2020 was the debate.
Okay. Just making sure.
And I need to hear from the listeners on that one because I'm torn.
I really enjoyed 2020.
Me too. But I don't know if I can answer that objectively.
Right.
I just don't know how you sweep. You got to take it for what it was. That there was a whole second part to that album that just
Yeah, but it didn't
tanked.
come together. It's not like Speaker Box and Love Below. It didn't technically come together.
Right. I can buy the first volume
Separately.
and I can
All right, you know what? So we have the 1 seeds and the 2 seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we could get through threes and then we could.
No,
end it there.
give me the 16 seeds. Kelly Price.
Thank you. Throw that out there.
Because y'all shitted on that one.
No, I didn't shit on it.
Never heard it. Never heard the album.
I didn't
but
shit on it.
16 seeds.
I didn't shit on it. I'm just saying, come on.
Come on.
not-
I never heard it, but it's Kelly Price.
No, she can sing, and I love her talent.
You can't tell me about an album you never heard. But, okay, I'll roll. So Kelly Price.
Carl Thomas emotional.
as a 16.
Hell no.
16.
No. Oh, you still?
Yeah, he's doing
We're doing
16.
16s. Let's do 16s.
I might go. I'm gonna get.
We could put Brian
Flamed for this.
McKnight.
I might go day 26, which is great, but I don't know if it's top.
I'll put Brian McKnight. Brian McKnight is a 16.
I agree with that.
Day 26 album I like better than J.E. Heartbreak.
J.E. Heartbreak also. I was never a big Jagged Edge fan.
What about Alicia Keys?
And I like that Day 26 album better than Faith Evans' album. I do. That
Faith
Day
Ev-
26 album is tough.
Faith Evans.
I'm not going to put him as a 16 just because it's Day 26.
Right.
Give you calculators and you Google
What about the Diary of Alicia Keys?
Nah, I think
That's
that's
not a
better than
Nah, it can't be
16.
a 16.
That's better than 16.
Music I just want to sing.
I'm okay with J.E. Heartbreak being 16.
I'm not mad at Jagged Edge being a 16. Music I just want to sing being a 16.
I feel like is In Vogue on the list? The Funky Divas?
Yeah, Funky Divas. And if we're using Jhené Aiko, then I would like to talk about it at 16.
Well, so far we have Kelly Price, Brian McKnight, Jagged Edge, and Music Soul Child at 16s.
Do you really want to put music?
Are there any
Shea
other
Butter
albums?
Twitter will kill us for
Is
that
there
as a
another
16.
album that should be
I don't
a 16?
think it should be at 16, but I mean, that's just my humble opinion.
Who?
Music, I just.
So which one do you think should be in place of that?
My name is Joe.
My name is Joe.
That's not even on it.
No,
It is.
all that I am.
is
All
on
that
there.
I am is the Joe album,
Because you got the girl next door.
and I don't think that should be a 16.
But I mean, you just have Just Friends, the girl next door.
I love that whole album. I love the whole album.
Shit, Tevin Campbell.
Listen, we're here because tough decisions have to be made.
I love
Rory,
that
don't
album.
get kicked out the room.
I was the one that suggested that album. You forgot it.
Don't get kicked
What about
out of the
Cisco?
room.
What
You
about-
forgot it.
Unleash the Dragon.
Unleash the
Rob,
Dragon.
don't get kicked out the fucking. You know, all right, we're gonna end this podcast.
Say it.
I do want to call Philly because he's the guy that will be responsible for creating the bracket, and I just want to get his opinion on our 1s, our 2s, and our 16s. And he has the list. he doesn't have our updated list. But we can have a quick talk with him and we can end it. And while he talks, maybe y'all can figure out the 16s or y'all pick for the 3s. Right? So let me try to find this guy.
All right.
On the wings of love, with the two of us forever flying high.
That's amazing.
I don't know about that music album as a 16.
On the wings of love.
It can't be.
I don't think it
That
can.
music
I don't-
album was dope. That shit was dope as hell.
Did we see Maxwell Urban Hang Suite yet?
That's a 2C.
What about Floetry?
That's a 2C.
That's two.
Yeah, we have Maxwell at 2.
Okay, great.
Our 2s, just to recap,
Yo.
our 1s, Miseducation, My Life, Confessions, TP2. Our number 2s, Dangerously in Love, Maxwell, Baduism, Janet.
Yeah.
What about putting Floetry on the 16?
That might be a good
I'm
one.
not mad at it.
I like that album.
Okay.
But against this list, it might be a 15,
Poetry
16.
might be a 16.
Okay, let me
Yeah.
put my headphones on.
I think Jodeci is high up there album-wise.
Jodeci shouldn't be a 16.
No, not a 16.
No,
but
no, no,
I
we're
think
talking
that's lower.
Okay,
tier.
hey Philly, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Anytime I've ever called anyone on this show, my service has been bad and it hasn't really gone well. So we're gonna try this. Listen, I've got Rory in the room. I've got Madi the Body here. Amani is here. Deani is here, and Rob is here. Rob runs the Red Light Special podcast. He just started recently, but everyone here considers themselves to be an R&B aficionado, right?
Yep.
Except for Marisa. We all have an updated version of the list I sent you. Why don't you introduce yourself for the people? Because I just keep saying Philly, and nobody really gives a fuck about that. So who are you?
Okay, who I am. But, I guess on Twitter, Philly the Boss, Philly from North Philly. I mean, I don't really know.
Who runs a blog? You run a blog, right?
I do that too. Sophisticatedignorance.net, home of the brackets, I guess, which is why you're calling me.
Well, no, I'm calling you because I like you. You're a pretty good guy. But yeah, Philly did a classic hip hop album bracket, which tore Twitter apart. And because I'm such an R&B head, I said this is a great idea for R&B albums. But Philly, being the lazy fuck he is, would never do it. So me and Amani put some albums together, and everyone here kind of helped to add to the list. Philly, we really just need. First of all, you are going to be the person responsible for this bracket. So, are you going to do this anytime in the near future?
Actually, absolutely. The only reason why I held off off of it is because everybody started popping up with, different variations of brackets, like the 30-foot white woman brackets. And
Wait, did I get on that list?
Their favorite white women on Twitter. Like, who gives a fuck about that? So, I just was like, all right, like, you're oversaturating it, so let me fall back. If they didn't do that, this would have been out already.
Okay, now, but I'm kind of glad that you haven't put it out because we've made some additions and some subtractions to this list. Aaliyah, 1 in a Million, TLC, Red Light Special. We added some albums. I'm going to send you that updated list.
I got to clean it up a bit.
So we're going to start at 1990. So that's going to eliminate Michael Jackson, a few of those Janet albums, Bobby Brown,
Stevie,
Marvin Gaye,
My husband.
So we're
Wasn't he?
so we because it's not fair. Like if we went that far back, we would have to add 1 million albums. So we started at 90. We took your rule of a 2 album maximum from artists. Let me give you the 1 seeds that we came up with and tell me what you think here. We have Confessions as a 1 seed. We have The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill as a 1 seed. We have My Life, Mary as a 1 seed. And what's our other 1 seed?
R. Kelly, TP2.
R. Kelly, TP2 is a 1 seed. What do you think?
I would default to the women on the My Life, Mary album. I was thinking Mary had to be the 1 seed. It would be either, What's the 411 or My Life. But, it's really all about them. So,
Okay.
Whatever the women felt the most.
Meanwhile, I've been the one advocating the most for my life.
Let me give you our 2 seeds. We have Dangerously in Love, Beyonce, Maxwell's Urban Hang Suite, Baduism by Erica, and we have Janet by Janet. Jaheim's album should be on this list too.
Oh, Jaheim.
What was the first number 2 seed you said?
Dangerously in Love, Beyonce.
Jeez. I'm not even going to say anything.
All right. So yeah, because Deani's from the
No,
Beehive.
no,
she'll fuck
I'm
you
not.
up.
I'm just. Who would you think? Who would you put?
Well, yeah, he's
in place.
Deani wants to know who you would put if you took that album off.
I don't know off top who, but I just know that when you're thinking about best R&B albums ever, I can't say that Beyonce made a top 10, so I don't know why.
From 1990.
From 1990, let's think.
From 1990.
Do we have groups in here as well or no?
Yeah.
So why is Drew Hill, Boys II Men or something?
We missed the Drew Hill album.
Or the Boys II Men pre-1990?
Nah, Boyz II Men came out in 91, was their first album, so they make it.
Yeah.
All right, so you debate Beyonce. The Beehive will kill you for it. But these seedings are not permanent. This is definitely just what we have come up with thus far. In the coming weeks, we're gonna figure this out. How soon can you get this bracket done, Philly?
The day you send it to me is the day I can put it up. Or the next day rather, because I'm sure you'll send, with your foot all messed up, I'm sure you'll send it to me at some time during the night. But probably usually the next day. So just once you send it to me, I can get it done.
Okay.
The system I have now is automated, so I can just type in and everything pops up.
Yeah, but we're doing 96 albums, not 64. And that was per your suggestion, by the way.
Wants more hits.
So honestly, I would prefer 64. I would say, but 96, we can still do it. I mean, 32 extra albums really won't take that long.
Yeah, you got to do it. It's too many albums to narrow it down to just 64 if we're starting from 1990. So we have to do 96. So you got your work cut out for you. We'll get these seedings together, and you will have this by the end of the week. And hopefully maybe July 1st.
We'll have the list before the end of the week.
But what's a good time to go with this bracket? July 1?
I would say after 4th of July. There's too many people going to be planning their 4th of July plans, bikini pictures, not worried about a bracket. So after 4th of July.
So you think?
They ain't really got.
So what? The Monday after July 4th?
Yeah.
All right, I'm in. All right, we will be sending you the bracket, the albums, and the seedings very soon. Please don't drop the ball on this. This is months in the waiting. People have been invading my mentions forever saying, where the fuck is the R&B bracket?
Of course. Yeah, heal up so you can do this show in Atlanta.
Yeah. Atlanta. Corey will fucking figure it out. If my foot is better, I'll hop around on stage. All right, cool, Philly. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, so I think we're good. I think once we get the 3 seeds, everything else will fall into place. Do we still want to do emails, or do we want to do It Might Be Over For? I don't think so.
No,
I think
so
this podcast should be specific to the bracket and the R&B shit. Joey, where we at with the time? Way over, right? I know.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not too bad.
That's not awful.
That's not too bad. All right, so we are good. Any final words from anyone here?
Nope.
Glad you guys are way too long-winded.
I think My Life takes it, man. I think My Life has what all these other albums don't.
Yeah. Let me get some picks.
Is a shitty sequel.
Who do you?
If your album doesn't have a shitty sequel, it's not a classic.
So you pick my. So Rob picks My Life to win it all.
Was there Confessions too? Raymond versus Raymond. He tried to go. He might as well have tried to name that Confessions too.
So Rob, your pick to win it all is My Life.
My Life is from 1990 on is my favorite R&B album.
I don't want to hear your favorite. I want to hear the album you think will win this bracket.
I think My Life.
Rory, do you have a pick?
Well, I think Beyonce will win because of votes, but
I think Confessions is going to win.
Deani.
Ay.
Go ahead and say it.
No, I'm not gonna pick Beyonce. I really do enjoy the Baduism album. Like,
No, this is who you
Taking
think's
It
gonna
All.
win.
Do you think Baduism is going to win this bracket?
Confessions is not my favorite.
I also
but think it's
enjoy
gonna
the
win.
New York Knicks.
First of all, don't you ever in your life compare the Knicks to fucking Erykah Badu. It's
Now I'm
nuts.
gonna write a whole article about it. I'm gonna write a thesis.
So
about
nuts.
it.
Do you think Baduism is going to win this bracket?
No.
No. You don't.
No, I don't. But I think Confessions is gonna win.
We got 2 for Confessions. Marty, you want to stop texting somebody and give us your pick to win? Ty Dolla $ign, right?
Yep.
We got it.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go with Lauren, man. I think the Miseducation will be a hard out.
That's the one I think deserves to win.
I do think that the final may come down to Confessions and the Miseducation of Lauren Hill.
I was just thinking we're gonna promote to Twitter, and the demographic
That's what I've been
of
wondering.
Twitter, I just think might roll with Confessions before Miseducation.
Amani, you got a pick on who you think will end up winning this whole thing?
Michael Jackson off the wall.
Right.
Oh my God! Thanks.
No,
Thank-
but
Prince Purple Rain.
Yeah. Lauren Hill will win just because it's more current.
Because it deserves to win? Or
But no, because the people who are going to most likely vote are going to probably be able to recognize that album more than any other.
Confessions is more.
I'm about to say people recognize Confessions more than they do.
I've seen people debate 8701 in Confessions, which to me
That's
is
true.
a retarded.
That's true.
Which
but,
is a stupid
but
debate.
that debate happens
Listen,
often.
I about every 8 months or so, I hit the Twitter feed and do the My Life versus Miseducation debate, and it fucking drives people nuts.
Why would you do that?
Well, there's going to be a lot of people that are not
I do
huge
think
R&B
those
heads.
albums are similar in a lot of ways. That it's that breakup, it's that heartbreak from
I
a
agree.
woman's experience.
I agree.
And I think Mary captures that so perfectly.
So does Lauren.
We'll understand.
Yeah.
For the
Let me tell you something. When albums are that close in caliber,
and they're close,
and they are close, I tend to go to which album has the best song and how much better is it than the other album's best song. And I don't think anything on My Life is anything near X Factor.
I agree. You can make a case that X Factor is the greatest R&B
Wanna Be
song of all
Happy.
time. You can make a case. You can make a real
Zion.
case.
There's nothing on
Mary
My
has
Life.
like 8 joints.
What's
like,
the best song on
unbeatable.
My Life?
My Life.
Is that better than X Factor? It's Lion.
Yes.
And on that note, and on that note, let me tell you something. I don't know what Wyclef did to Lauren.
The same thing that Casey did to Mary.
Yeah, true. Hey, you're right about that one. Listen, this was an amazing podcast. I appreciate. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming by and kicking it with me about this R&B shit. Listeners, I'm very anxious to hear what you guys have to say about this. If you don't know everyone's fucking Twitter name and Instagram name, then fucking rewind and
I'll put it in the caption on SoundCloud.
There you go. But then I won't have enough characters to promote. But that's fine. That's fine.
No, on SoundCloud.
On SoundCloud. I got it. Oh shit, Marissa's here. She's talking again. And that was beautiful. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your week, and I'll holla. One.
Peace.
Deanna, do you know Shawnee culture is
You do not think that My Life is better than
I
X Factor?
absolutely think